Hello, my name is Abram and we're on Dyslexia Insights, and we're going to be talking about what is dyslexia, some symptoms of this disability, and how to get diagnosed. So first, let's just start off on the basis, what is dyslexia? So, the definition is going to take me a second, but it is, dyslexia is a specific learning disability that is neurobiological in origin. It is characterized by a difficulty with accurate and fluent word recognition and poor spelling and decoding abilities. These differences typically result in a problem with phonological components of language that is often unexpected in relation to other cognitive abilities and the provision of efficiency in classroom instruction. Secondary consequences may include problems in reading comprehension and reduced reading experience that can impede growth in vocabulary and background knowledge. Whew. Okay, so that was a very wordy and complex definition, so let's just break it down a little bit. So, in other words, dyslexia is a language-based learning disorder, and just to be clear, popular misconception is a dyslexic sees the words the letters in words switch around. That's not a thing. Hollywood just saw that somewhere and it just got popularized right by crazy. But that isn't a thing. I mean, the closest thing I can think of is some dyslexia. The only thing I could think of is sometimes the words can be like wavy, I've heard at least. But it's not dyslexia. It's most likely a eye problem, which does come with dyslexia, but it is not completely part of the package. But everyone's different, so yeah. But instead, dyslexia is a difficulty with interpreting the sound component of our language. And this is called phonological awareness. Phonological awareness skills is the ability to identify and manipulate the individual sound units that make up the words of our language. So problems with this awareness is one of the main reasons dyslexics have so much trouble in reading, writing, and sometimes math. In addition, people with dyslexia typically have difficulties with rapid letter and word recall, also known as rapid automatic naming, or RAN. Our ability to have quick RANN is the reason we can critically identify words when reading, which is, in other words, fluency. So difficulties with fluency can affect reading comprehension because when we read so slowly, we tend to forget what we have read. And also, sometimes you are reading sometimes dyslexics, especially severe ones, are reading the words, but just don't quite understand their meaning. So that's obviously a problem. So now that we know what dyslexia is, now we can talk about the symptoms of dyslexia. So just a quick disclaimer, every dyslexic is different. One dyslexic child might have all of these, and the other might just have like one or two. It just, every dyslexia is different. Everything's different. But these are the things you should be noticing, and if you notice these things repeatedly, then you should consider getting diagnosed. So, the first one is having trouble identifying and understanding and following instructions.
Okay, so this is how you shoot a gun. You cock it back and you point it away from anyone and shoot it, okay? Now show me. You cock it back first.
Oh. Another one is having trouble remembering what someone just told him or her.
Hey, bro, can you get the water bottle in my room, please?
What was I supposed to do again?
Failing to master reading, writing, and math skills, thus failing school.
Yo, bro, what you doing?
Oh, I'm just learning about the ugly native eggs, and one of them is the cinnamon war. And so far, I think I'm getting pretty good at school. I think I might get all A's.
You got all Fs.
And it's probably because my homework ate my dog.
Having difficulty distinguishing right from left. Some examples would be 25 and 50. Yeah, 25 and 52. Like switching the numbers. Another one would be B and D, and on, O-N, and no N. So just switching letters and symbols.
Yo, by the way, bro, that's wrong. That's actually supposed to be 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's that's bad.
Daddy's.
There is also having trouble walking, sports, and small activities such as using a pencil and tying your shoes.
Man, I'm bored. God dang it.
Another one is easily losing and misplacing like something like homework or a school book or other items.
Where's my phone? Oh, there it is.
And the final one is not understanding the concept of time. So not understanding the difference between yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yo, bro, what do you want to eat?
Oh, I ate BJ's today.
But no, I thought you ate that yesterday.
No, it was last year.
No, it was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow, right?
No, never mind.
So those are the main symptoms, but here are some just tiny little tests that you can just do at home, just to be 100%, well, not 100, but be more sure than you are now. So keep in mind that you can't, if you think you're dyslexic and you're the one who's watching, You should ask someone else to ask these questions, because if you ask them yourself, then they can be a little bit inaccurate. So the first question would be what rhymes with cat? So obviously it would be mat, bat, rat, but dyslexic, especially children, have a lot of trouble with rhyming. So if you're an adult and doing this test, most likely you will pass fine, but this is mostly for children. Another one is, say, sand, but without the S. So obviously it would be and. But dyslexics have a lot of trouble separating individual sounds and syllables in words, which you can see, which if your child has difficulty in this area, then maybe dyslexic. And the final one is how many sounds are in sleigh? Well, obviously it's the sounds S-L-A, S-L-A. But most dyslexic will apply with 4 or more letters instead of or sounds. So just be wary of that. So just to be clear, again, it is not a 100% guarantee, and you shouldn't panic. If you or your kid have a lot of these signs, then you should probably get diagnosed. But don't panic. I will say that the earlier you catch dyslexia, the much better it will get. The longer you wait, the worse overall it's gonna get, and the more impact that will stay. So again, it's not treatable. It's not, you're not gonna die if you don't get diagnosed, okay? Just do it as soon as you are able and just get diagnosed, and that's that. So, now that you have noticed the potential signs of dyslexia, how do you get diagnosed? So first, you check your concerns with your child's
pediatrician.
And with your child's pediatrician, and or your healthcare provider. Again, this is not 100% sure, so your provider might ask you or your child to look at
ophthalmologist or optometrist, audiologist, neurologist, neuropsychologist, and a developmental and behavioral pediatrician.
Just to check if there are any other problems. But once those appointments are done and there doesn't seem to be an issue, and you are prepped to do a diagnosis, bring these things to the diagnosis place. First, any symptoms that you have noticed in you or your child. Again, we went over that earlier. Key personal information, so background, maybe some injuries that might have happened, and any significant changes that might have happened that would have promoted stress or other things that happened. Also, make sure to make a list of any medications that you may have given you or your child, like vitamins, herbs, or anything else. So that's pretty much all you need to bring. Then they'll do the rest. So, in summary, dyslexia is a language-based disorder that connected to difficulties with phonological awareness and RAN. Symptoms in general will include below average reading, writing, or math troubles, and having troubles understanding certain concepts that a child without dyslexia would grasp. Finally, taking your child to
Pediatrician.
their
Pediatrician.
and or a family health care provider, and they will help you to get diagnosed. And thank you for listening, and I hope this helped. There will be other videos about other subjects later that I will make, and I see you in the next video of Dyslexia Insights.